welcome back to the channel, guys. Familiar face.
Hello.
So we're here today with the Mini. It's sort of commonly known as H7. I don't have to say much about it, just look at it. Like, ever since I've known this car, but didn't know Sam until 3-4 years ago, roughly.
Yeah, well,
but we saw it at London to Brighton, being a southerner, and it's changed a lot over the years. Then I saw it in a magazine and thought, oh, that looks so sick, and it's like, it's weird to be in front of it.
I knew Mark through Violet for his magazine feature.
Yeah.
You knew me through my magazine feature in the same magazine.
And then we both live in the north of the country now.
Yeah.
It's bonkers really how cars bring people together, and this is definitely one of them. And yeah, well, we've just been for quite a sprightly drive in it, haven't we? And it's something else. So let's just get into it. Let's have less talk and let's walk around it and have a proper look. So Sam, why does it look like this? This is probably the best way to put it.
Well, main reason, I'm a designer.
Yep.
And first rule of university, designer, never design for yourself. Obviously it's my car, I have it how I want, and this is I have got two minis. We've got like the bipolar of my personality. So one's bright orange modern Mini,
like quite a loud look, isn't it?
Yeah, late MPI sportsback. This is like pure retro, but retro with a modern twist. That's what I like. Yeah,
there's quite a few things I've noticed in it today with like the wipers and like upgrades.
So it's, as much as I like Mark 1s, I couldn't have a Mark 1 because I think I'd hate to live with it, because I actually drive it. Mark 1s, there's a reason why they progressed.
Yeah.
But I like the Mark 1 touches. Now, we're saying before, my first Mini magazine was in 1999, I think, so I was age 6, and I remember it, because on the front cover, it's a bright orange Mini. Guess what I've got? A bright orange Mini. The first feature...
And shoes.
And a watch. The first feature in that magazine was a Downton Club Sport. And I based my car originally for the magazine feature on a Downton Club Sport because that's what I fell in love with. I love the fact it's modern Mini in terms of functionality, but design wise it's pure Mark 1.
Yeah.
The best of the Mark 1 touches, but in a modern Mini.
Yeah,
so
you've picked everything that's great about a Mini and put it into one car basically.
And I fell in love with Downton.
Yeah.
And I just love Downton. So.
Yeah, so anyone out there, there's all these old school tuning companies. You got Downton, Speedwell, there's got to be loads of there over the years. Is it Osley?
OS.
Yeah. There's
Howley and stuff like that.
Yeah. So there's so many little tuning brands out there, and they're moving about a bit more modern. It's like, is it Pico or Pecco, however you want to pronounce it. There's so many out there, but Downton and Speedwell are the two that really stand out to me.
Downton was the first, I say one of the first tuning companies. So they did like all the different tuning.
And then you got Leyland ST Tuning as well. That moved on a bit later on.
They didn't stay around for long. It was pure 60s.
Yeah. So yeah, Sam's sort of celebrated this. There's quite a few modern touches that like recent additions, isn't there? Like these spotlights, these have changed.
So
you got cibbies on
it. So basically, it started off. It was a Studio 2. So I had this car since I was 11. So the first 2 years I grew up going to shows with my mum and dad, sat in the back. Technically it was my car, but my dad drove it. And then did a full restoration, full body restoration. So it's still sort of Nordic blue, but it's changed slightly.
Yeah.
I then went for the Downton look, so I had 12-inch Dunlop D1s, which are genuine D1s. Basically trying to make me do it classy.
Yeah.
3.5 years ago, I've always wanted to do the Britax Cooper look, and yeah, it's done to death. I love it.
But it's not done to death on a colour like this. It is this. So they're always white or bright yellow, aren't they?
So I thought I'd do something different, or slightly different. So obviously got the carbon bonnet as well.
Yeah. And
then 3 years ago I went on 10s, so we got the Cosmics. But the recent edition has been the lockdown mods.
Yeah.
So I had this planned for ages, but obviously then being furloughed at the time. So I've repainted the doors and the A panels. Got the big Sibby replicas.
Yeah. So these, and they're colour coded, aren't they?
Yep.
To the car, and they just look so good.
So P700s, which everyone has now. But got a flat Morris Minor / early Land Rover indicators.
Yeah, so these are like, if you, I mean, I can put a finger on it there. Normally they're bowed right out here. It's little touches like that I think you being a designer brings it into the car.
Little things like the bonnet straps, I've changed them.
Yeah.
Because these are more tan. The other ones have gone brown.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a little. I mean, it's filthy now. We've been out on a drive out, and we've been through a muddy field today. Yeah.
I think it's got driven in the rain all morning, hasn't it? So. Yeah. It's not.
These are on for show before anyone starts moaning.
Yeah,
so
yeah, they are.
I'm waiting
they are
for the
show
comment,
plates,
but they're for show.
Yeah. So yeah, walking around the car. So we got the front end. So you got the retro lights, the straps that just look cool. So you got like the racing dot on there, arches. they fit these wheels perfectly, don't they?
Yeah, so obviously got the Mark 1 Morris grill. That's my favourite grill, so that's why I went on. Group 2 arches, which are scrubbed through, and if you can probably see. Yeah,
this car.
Basically, you can see there.
You can see.
They have rubbed through, but these have been on the car 10 years, and they've repainted them recently.
Also, we just want to point out, because there's going to be someone that points out the number plates and someone that points out the sticker. That was put on after a few beers, basically.
These two, these were already there.
Yeah, so we'll just clear that up for people jump in and be keyboard warriors.
They were straight.
They were straight, but who cares? It's like, it's one of them.
The reason why I was more risking the doors because I had surface rust on the doors.
Yeah.
Took the doors off, and the insides are full of wax, all perfect. But basically, we've got them from the mini door company, and they just primed over the Magnum black e-coat.
The e-coat, yeah.
So the body shop painted it, but didn't take their primer off. So there must have been surface rust under the e-coat.
Moisture, doesn't it?
And it blistered. But honestly, I took it back with the poly disc, and back to bare metal. The whole door, it's fine.
So yeah, you wouldn't actually be able to tell that the paintwork on the car, is it getting on for 10 years old? 11 years. Yeah. And then these are within a few months ago, and the paint match, considering it's a metallic colour, and you've done it yourself at home, like, it's basically a DIY job, isn't it?
Yeah, during lockdown.
And I know the stickers help because they break it up, but yeah, you should be really proud of it because it does look really good. I mean, that's a better finish than the Budget Clubman, I'm going to say that. Oh yeah, it is.
And I got told I'll never get a paint match. Like whenever the body shop wanted to paint sides, blow in the front end. Yeah. So at which point I never bothered doing it because it's might as well get the full car repaint.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's always been bugging me, so I thought I got the time with lockdown.
But we're a firm believer as well, aren't we? It's like, build the car so it's good and solid, but we use them, so you're not going to be so bothered to get stone chip, are you? Just paint it again over the winter.
First 3 years of having this, it was my first car.
Yeah.
And I was scared to death of using it. To the point where my dad nearly got me a second car, like a modern car, just because I was scared about using it. I then when I was 19, I got an orange MPI Sportsback, which we didn't build, and I went everywhere, did everything, parked up anywhere, and I loved it. And I realised, hang on a minute,
you should be doing that.
There's more to life than polishing in the garage. Just sort of enjoy and use it. And even if it does wear out, that's when you sort it out.
Yeah, you know? Of course. It's all about using them, enjoying them.
Don't save it for the next person. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And like all these stickers on here, most of them you've been to either in this car or you've been to them personally, haven't you?
So
like you travel around anyway.
Everyone there, I've been to. So even like Reims, I've not been in this car.
No, but you have been to Reims.
Been to Reims, obviously. Everyone's been to Crystal Palace Circuit. That's to Brighton.
And Goodwood. Yeah, but not a lot of people actually know that.
No.
Yeah. So you've got obviously the Britex Cooper down the side, Downton again. Interior, we'll get into that in a second. But then you've got the wind deflectors. Okay, they're like what you're saying. It's got some modern touches, but really they are good, aren't they? Because you can have your window open or not.
I'm on the fence how they look, but. Yeah.
Drivability wise, they're good to have on there, aren't
Everyone who drives a Mini, they always have the window down.
Yeah.
And when it rains.
Me driving a car, actually, I always have my window down.
When it rains, it's just good to have a bit of airflow.
Yeah. So I did actually have these for my sidewalk as well, but the mirrors I've got on it, they just hit it. So but they will be coming along. That also is a proper the fuel cap, isn't it? It's not just a chrome one. It's actually
just a normal alloy one, but
but it's alloy, so it actually suits the car more. The chrome wouldn't look right. It's
sort of aged.
Yeah, it sort of suits the era of the cars, sort of making it sort of fits very well. And then this is a recent addition, isn't it? So you've actually done the boot lid over lockdown.
Yep. So when I was a bit
proper carbon boot lid.
When I was a bit drunk in January on eBay, Archangels started doing the Elite boot lids, which are supposed to be a perfect fit.
Yeah.
I got it.
And it is.
I got it, and it's a mint fit.
Yeah.
So I didn't think I'd have this on because I thought there's no way the paint's going to match as good. It's a little bit off.
But I think when it settles a bit more, it's quite fresh still, isn't it?
I've done it in the garage.
Yeah. I think you've done really well. And then this, you already had that previously on your other bootlet, didn't you, Downton? So it's just the Cooper badge that, again, it's not a Cooper, so you can argue like the period and stuff. People going on about period correct stuff. It's not about that. It's this is the whole point of Sam's car. He's built it to be what he wants. The other addition I love on this car is your exhaust, isn't it? So this is actually a proper the back box on it's so like condensed and squashed. It sits right in the subframe.
The back box is square out in like
and it sounds amazing, but at the same time on the motorway it's quiet. Yeah.
And it's the reason why I got this one is because, long story short, the port size on the head is that big. The standard road LCB is too small.
Yeah, so it needed it, didn't it?
I had to get the race LCB, which means it's a 2-inch internal diameter pipe, which means I had to get a bigger exhaust.
Yeah.
The other one I've had since I was 11. I bought it off eBay when I was 11, and there's, you know, there's no exhaust wooden left in it. It's loud.
Yeah, but it sounded good. But we've just been out in this, and you can get, obviously you're here in a second. It's got straight cut gears. You get up into fourth, you don't really, you can cruise in it, can't you?
I've always loved.
Cruising it, can't you?
I've always loved centre exits. I had one on Firecat, but then the car was too low.
Yeah.
But this exhaust, because it's actually designed for, it's like the Valley version of the Maniflow 2-inch.
Yeah, so it sits.
It's designed to sit high up, so it actually sits in where the wheel well is. Well, it sits close to the wheel well.
Yeah, like you can't really pick it up on the camera, but it's actually not the lowest point, if you know what I mean. It sits right up into the car, and obviously you've seen the checkered bit. That's obviously another thing. Again, you just like it, don't you? I've got it on the sidewalk.
First Salt and Violet was in the magazine, so
yeah,
hands down, I copied you.
Aye. Well, got good taste. You got the checkered there, so it sort of fits it a little bit more. So yeah, like moving around, obviously the other side of the car completely matches that side. You got the little overtaking mirror up there. But yeah, we're getting to the sort of the inside of the car now, and it's just so focused for the driver. So obviously the first thing you see is these seats. So like Sam's made this car like very usable. So inside it's obviously got a very old school look to it, but it's got the added rev counter. But everyone's probably already looking at this video going, look at those seats, and to me they're the best seats you can put in a Mini. So which Ford are they out? They're out of a Ford, aren't they?
Yeah, so the Fiesta / Escort 1988 spec.
So they're big bolster ones, aren't they?
The Carvo. So the 88 spec one had a big bolster.
Yeah.
And the reason later years got smaller bolsters is because obviously the bolsters wear because they're that big. Hit. But as you'll know from today, they hold you in.
Oh yeah, and like in the back, it's just got a standard later sort of Cooper seat. You obviously do need these because you're going to hear it soon. And you would have seen it in the start up to this video that it's got a straight cut gearbox. It is noisy, but it is just so nice in here. So you've got the Sparco style steering wheel. Well, not style, it's a genuine. The door pockets, again, I love these. Are they Riley Elf, aren't they?
Yeah, Mark III Riley Elf / Wilsey Hornet, or
yeah.
in Ascenti.
Yeah.
I think they're off from Hornet.
But if anyone that's seen a Mini, you know you have these little crappy door bins that fall off, but these are full length, as close to a Mark 1 sort of look. And what's the deal with the sheep?
Like sheep. I'm not Welsh,
but you like sheep.
Yeah.
So and it's all about like you've got to enjoy a car, and you collect things like we've seen in the sidewalk video. You collect stuff as you drive around. It's also got a sunroof, and I've always been a bit on the fence with sunroofs, but me and Sam driving around today, we sort of said it makes the roof, doesn't feel so low, does it? It gives that bit of light.
No, being black, it sort of hides it.
Yeah.
But I just like having daylight through it. To me, it just makes it feel a bit better. It
does work well. So yeah, this car, all in all, it's an absolute credit to you, Sam. You know that ever since I've known you. The carbon bonnet for me,
so that's a carbon weasel, and I love it.
Yeah.
I would have more carbon weasel stuff if I could afford it.
Yeah.
The quality of it is.
Look at that. It's so nice.
It's like 7 years old, this bonnet.
It's not aged really, has it? It's not faded.
Yeah,
you take it to shows, you drive it.
There's a few hairline cracks, but it's 7-year-old composite bonnet, and it's pure carbon.
But the sidewalk's got a metal bonnet on it, and that's cracked in. That's the paint and stuff's cracked on that more.
Doesn't last forever.
Yeah, and that's why, like we say, it's like better to keep restoring it or doing work over the winter in it, but then have the memories to drive it. So should we get into the engine, as everyone's going to be asking about that?
Can do, yes.
And we all like a good lumpy cam engine, don't we? So as you can see, the bonnet comes completely off, which is just amazing. And like Sam says, it's still got a proper catch on it, and it's so lightweight and it weighs nothing.
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. But this engine bay, it's not a concourse car that Sam drives it, but look at how packed it is as well. Like the oil cooler up there, it's there's not a lot of space in there, is there really?
No, there's arguments about oil colours, but
Yeah.
from my experience, I prefer it. So.
Yeah, and it works well. So what's the spec on this?
So it's a completely standard 998 with
Yep.
stage 1 kit.
Yeah.
It's a 1380, 276 cam, 1.5 rockers, massive valve head. It's got 3732 head, which
Yeah.
you'll get in the comments now. Oh, that's impossible. No, I've got Vernier photos of it. It's possible. It's offset. The ports on it are so big. That's why I've had to get the exhaust manifold.
Yeah, to give it the full
Yeah,
potential.
the bottom end was machined by MED, so we've got MED crank, obviously light and balance rods, forged Omegas, centre main strap, the usual stuff, ARPs throughout, straight cut box.
Yeah.
Which
It's built for going fast, being reliable though, isn't it?
Dad told me not to get a straight cut box. I've got a straight cut box. And yeah, it's got a 3.1 diff, which people go, oh, you can't have a 3.1 diff and cami engine and first gear's rear toe.
I can fully assure you from today you can.
first gear is rear toe, and yeah, it's a pain in traffic. But when you do the mileage we do,
yeah,
like,
you're not in traffic. You're driving.
No, and like when you're in the Scotland and like on the Thistle run and caning it, 3.1 makes sense.
Yeah.
It's fourth gear's effectively overdrive, and you got 3 gears to play with.
Definitely. So yeah, it's quite a good package, isn't it? And ever since I've sort of known Sam and I heard the spec of the engine, it's anyone that knows the channel knows I've got a van, and it's going to come to the channel one day. But I want to take a lot of inspiration from Sam because he's obviously put all his thoughts and what he wants into this engine, but it bloody works well, doesn't it? At the end of the day.
And like I say, it's a bit dirty, but it's going to get.
It gets used.
I cleaned it a few weeks ago. Well, a few months ago. When it's just what it is.
It's just how it drives. Like Sam said, first gear is quite tall, but in fourth, like the straight cut gears, first, second, third, they're noisy, aren't they? But then in fourth, just pop it into fourth, and it's like, wow, it's like a different car.
Standard box there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and that's what's always put me off on the van, having a straight cut gearbox, because it's a van, it's very tinny, and
a 276 isn't a race. I mean, I've had a lot hotter cams. I've had that SW10 with 1.5 rockers, and that is cami.
Yeah. But this is just right, isn't it?
Because it's got the light and MED flywheel, and the bottom end is got like a wedge, bladed and wedged crank. Oh, you know what I mean? It's fully worked crank. So the bottom end's light, so you lose, you gain revs really quickly, but you lose revs really quickly. So it does sound lumpy because there's not a lot of momentum keeping it going.
Like you were saying, you got to sort of learn how to drive it a bit, haven't you, to get the motor. I'm nervous as hell, but let's go for it. So it's quite heavy clutch, isn't it?
Not too bad.
You're saying first gear's quite tall.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those gears! That's not too bad.
That's alright, isn't it? I see what you mean, you're struggling now.
So, down into first. I see what you mean a little bit, yeah. Will I make this?
Struggle here.
That's quite nice.
Like flowing out.
Oh my god. It is very torquey, isn't it?
There's a bit of travel in the, yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's really, really good. The steering feels really decent as well, considering it's sat so low on the ground to drive.
You just getting going's hard, isn't it? You see what I mean? Like,
that sound! It's amazing! Oh my god, Sam. I mean, I'm just driving up this little bit of road, but oh my god.
compared to my other Mini, which is, I wouldn't say it's not the same power, but it's about 10 brake difference. It's completely different. Like, even inside, it's completely different to drive, and that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't want two cars the same.
The two sides of you, basically, aren't they? And that's why you want it to be.
This is my raw fun side.
Yeah. So obviously everyone's going to be going, oh, what power is it making? What power did it last make on the dyno?
Last it was 107.
Yeah.
Had the wheels.
So
the fly.
So it's H7 and 107.
Had the fly.
So it's a very capable engine, isn't it? But we don't all talk about BHP because it's about how the car drives and the torque.
Yeah.
And it's.
I'm not a numbers person.
No, but that is what it's producing, and we know people are just going to get straight and go, well, what BHP is it making? And that is the BHP from this car.
And they're like, oh, dynos vary. They do vary. Because when I got the other one dynoed, it's on a very pessimistic dyno.
It is, yeah.
So this one, there's probably maybe optimistic, maybe it was okay, but it's what it is.
But also something me and Sam have been talking about, and it's been something we both want to do soon. We actually want to get all of our cars down onto a dyno, because I think it'd be fun seeing the sidewalk, this, back on a fresh dyno, because you have done bits to it since, you've done the exhaust and stuff and things like that. Get Tony down, get MJ the Cooper down, bugger it, we might check the truck down, you know, just to see what cars are actually doing, because like Sam said, we're not numbers people.
No.
But it would be interesting to see, like, sidewalk's basically standard, maybe take the Budget Clubman. That's basically a standard Metro engine. We got Tony's, which is an SPI sort of. Has he done a cam in it?
Yeah, it's got Evo 1.
Yeah, so there's a loads of variants of a Mini there, and I think it'd be nice for people to see that you don't have to spend an absolute wedge of money to get a lot of power out of the Mini. And yeah, I think that'd be quite a good video. So. Come on guys, that's, you got I've just driven up the road and oh my god, that thing, ridiculous. Let's listen to this when it comes back. So good, man, so good. Right guys, so thank you for watching this video. Again, it's a bit of a vlogging style video. We've got Sam, obviously if you remember Sam and Tony from the Midas video, this is Sam's baby and the Midas is your dad's baby basically, isn't it? So it's, I mean, I've got to drive it, which is sort of only gone up a road and it's like bloody hell, it's like your crown
And just
jewel.
to clarify, I'm not vegan.
No,
so...
this is not vegan Sam, but it's
No.
vegan Sam. He does like a good vegan meal every now and then. But yeah, it's so nice to actually have this car finally on the channel because I absolutely adore this car, and I think it's nice to see a car that's actually a part of someone and he's put so much sort of love, care and attention into it to make it what he wants. And it's about building what you want at the end of the day, so don't follow what everyone else wants to do, just do what you want. And yeah, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more on this car, drop in the comments below. If you want any questions, just obviously put in there what you like. Yeah, we'll try and should we get the orange one on next?
Can do, yeah. Well, the orange twins.
The orange twins, yeah. We should do a tango video. Let's do that. So yeah, we'll get Firecat and Billy, the dancing queen, on the channel very soon. But if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Laters.
Bye.
Gotta love a horn.